Alright guys, welcome to another Dragonball Legends video on my channel. I didn't record a new video for a week or two because I was kinda sick. Still am a little bit. But now I can speak good enough to, make a video. And I want to talk about a little bit about SSJ3 Vegeta, the newest LF unit that released. I'm not gonna make any tier list for now. I'm gonna wait till the next release. Because I think, honestly, Vegeta, while I don't think he's a bad unit, he didn't make any big influence on the current PvP meta. If I had to rank him, I would put him around number 8 at most, because he didn't really influence anything, sadly. But hey, that could maybe change with a new Daima release, maybe if the team gets better. But I just still think he's worth talking about, because I think I see a lot of people talking about how his unit isn't good enough. Some people say he's fine, so why not just give my own opinion about this? And for that, we'll look at different aspects, like if I think his color is good, if he fits the teams or has purpose that helps the team, how he competes to other units with different, I would say, who are same color, damage type, and are on his teams or could be run on his teams, and also what I think about him just overall as a unit himself. Looking at the color, I think green is fine for Vegeta Clan and Daima. I think green unit for Vegeta Clan was only the green Zenkai Trunks, who wasn't that good, so I'm glad he's green on that part. And I think also on Daima, I think that's also really nice, because I always thought, ever since the release Tamagami and the Red Goku, that the next Daima release will be green, to cover the blue weakness for Daima Goku, so I also think that's fine. Both the teams didn't have a viable green unit, so that's good. Now, if you look at the competition in terms of being a green, strike-based Saiyan unit, I think the biggest one are obviously SSJ3 Goku, then Transforming One, and God Goku. And I would say these two are clearly better than him. I think that's not even close. They do not necessarily more damage, but they have more things to offer that are that matter more, like every green, the anti-healing, the in Super Saiyan of Goku's case, the endurance nullification on strikes, to combo mate, for example, Cell. If you combo Cell with Super Saiyan Goku and you can't switch out, you can kill him. I mean, except for the half HP disrupt level, but I mean after that. And so double card draw, being immune to a lot of things. I just think these two are much better than Vegeta. But I think, for example, for Vegeta Clan, he's obviously the best choice. For Daima, I think sadly these two units that I mentioned are the better green unit for Daima. If you're not planning to run a full Daima team, that is. Because what you can do is you replace Vegeta, for example God Goku, slap a green Saiyan, Zenkai buff or whatever, and then you can use, for example, I have Shadow Tier as my HP bench, but in that case you could replace him for the Kakarot Goku, because if you replace Vegeta with a Goku unit, you have two Gokus, Leader Slot, you have Tamagami or Majin Ku, who, by the way, I think Majin Ku is also a really good unit, to make that clear. Again, I just think these two units didn't make a big impact on the meta, especially on the Daima team. They're just, yeah, I will talk about that later. Yeah, if you replace Vegeta for one of these Goku units, you can use the Kakarot Goku, you get the Goku HP, while also giving Daima Goku half a Zenkai buff, and then you can use the third unit here. In that case, I used the Red Goku for Zenkai bench, but you could also use the Red EX Android 13, who gives 50% to strike and blast, strike attack and defense to red and green units, and obviously your Daima Goku and whatever Goku you use from the green ones will get the Z ability, and Tamagami or Majiku on the leader slot will also get the Z ability, so I think that's a better setup. In terms of if he helps the teams he's on, if he provides anything that these teams needed, for Daima obviously no, because what the Daima team really needs is a anti-cell unit. Well, not necessarily anti-cell, I mean more like a unit that can survive against cell, and this team has nothing, so if Ultra Cell ever gets a rush, one of these units die. It's that simple. Like, it doesn't matter if you have endurance, because he has permanent endurance now, so Daima Goku's value in that regard doesn't exist. And yeah, you just have to sack off one unit. If Cell uses his ultimate, which kills everything basically that's on type neutral, also everyone dies, and they don't have a really good blue unit right now. So hopefully they get a blue revival or endurance, not endurance, but a revival / indestructible unit. Probably Goma would be fitting for this, I hope. And that's also a reason why I hoped Green Vegeta would be the kid version, because that one would have fit more perfectly for a revival unit for Daima. I think this team would have been much better. It also would give Vegeta way more value why you should run him. Because him having a revival would have given him, he would be core on Daima immediately. So, but sadly they didn't do that. I hope they planned it for the next Daima release, that's why he didn't get it. So, but yeah, for the Vegeta Clan team, this team didn't really need anything in particular. Like, they have their Gohan and Trunks to survive against Cell. You can use either two builds. I think the safest build is this one. As you can see here, Red Trunks doesn't really need a Zenkai buffer. You can use them obviously Blue Trunks, then you put in the Green Vegeta. You can use the Daima Goku that Zenkai here as the Zenkai bench, because these guys are on Sun family, and he's on Daima, so he will get all here will get the Z ability, but also Vegeta getting a Zenkai ability here. Or use the team that I use right now because I like it. It's with Marge Vegeta here. In this case, I'm not giving Vegeta the Zenkai bench because I think Vegeta needs it more, and also Trunks and Gohan and Trunks. But it still works. But this team you have to play more carefully, because if Cell gets their hands on your Marge Vegeta and you can't switch to Gohan and Trunks, he is dying. But the unique gauge from Marge Vegeta, it kind of helps him to survive longer, so yeah. No, but in terms of what the team needs, I don't think Vegeta completely. I think he should be more focused on Daima, obviously, because that's the new tag, but so I would say in that regard he failed more than he succeeded. You could say half-half, because Vegeta Clan is fine, but I think in that case you have to look more at Daima, because that's the new team he's supposed to be ran on. Daima doesn't have that many units that they can bring, or they don't have that many units right now, so I think it's not a success if he only fits on the other team, even though he's meant to be also ran on Vegeta Clan team. So yeah, I would say in terms of did he provide the teams with what he needed, he sadly failed. Sorry, I had to drink something a little bit. But okay, now looking at him as an individual character, damage wise I think he's fine. Again, only at 4 stars, so But I will say, for what I've seen so far for him at 4 stars, not only now with the new season, but also I used him since he released, he's doing good damage. I can't really complain about that. Obviously, there are scenarios where he didn't do any damage because 4 stars, no Zenkai Bus, you get 10-star units. I don't expect him to go crazy there, but I had plenty of situations where he did good damage, and especially on that team here, his last man, his bench removal on the last man standing is really nice with Margin Vegeta, because what I do most of the time is, if I kill the, if my enemy has only 1 unit left, for example it's Ultra Cell, I'm just like, okay, kill Margin Vegeta, you're losing 2 Dragon Balls, you're losing your main ability for 5 counts, there's nothing he can do anymore afterwards. I can just main ability, he has no vanish, he can't counter the ultimate, and I most of the time even use that many blue cards because thanks to Margin Vegeta with his unique gauge, I can use a blue card against Cell, and he only has 3 buff cancellations, so if I use that 3 times, Vegeta gets a free kill on that, so that's really nice. That's why I like this team here that much, because it synergizes well, it destroys Dragon Balls, he's supporting, he has good damage. Tanking is not the best because his stats are also not that high, that's one of the issues I have with him. His stats are just, for some reason, low, which kind of worries me how long how well he's gonna age after the boost system. Because I really don't want to see another Red Broly accident, I'd say. Like, his defenses are not as bad as Red Broly, but it's kind of getting there. But again, I only have him at 4 stars, so I can't really judge him on that, because who's expecting a 4-star no Zenkai buff unit to tank well? So yeah. What I also don't like about him, because he feels like a hit and run character for me. Which just, oops, his thing is, he comes in, you have 5 seconds of cover null, if you use if he only has like 2 cards in his hands and you use one of these cards, he gets 2 more cards and extra damage, so it's all about clicking all of his cards immediately and getting as much damage in as possible before this cover null runs out. That's his whole concept. And if he's a lot reliant on having other characters alive, because that's obviously not gonna work if he's last man standing, so I think as a last man he really is kinda in a tough situation. And he kinda reminds me of the blue GT Super SSJ3 Goku, who was all about coming in, doing his damage, and then switching out, coming back in, and so on and so on. Which is nice, but I also don't like it at the same time. Like, he fulfills his purpose, but at the same time I don't like it that he's just only about coming in, doing damage, leaving, and so on. But I'm glad he's not a brain dead. And when I say brain dead, I don't mean like, he's not like Super SSJ3 Goku in terms of I can combo forever, you can't do anything about it, and this Vegeta can be stopped in combos. I like that. I like that he's not that toxic in that sense. Like, he's brain dead because you're just clicking cards, obviously, but it's not like brain dead and unfair combination. I'm also glad that he's removing Vanish only as last man standing, because it's just annoying if you have to, the whole match, have to worry about, oh man, what do I do if I ever go for a strike attack and he vanishes me, he can just come in with Vegeta, press the main, you can vanish, and he gets a free ultimate on you because he is throwing one of his cards for his ultimate and you can do nothing about it. So I like that he's not like ultimate Gohan in that regard, so that's nice. I mean, you could obviously argue, yeah, older units have that pride, doesn't he have the venge removal like that, but I think it's fine. But the one thing I also really don't like, my account isn't in here in English, so sorry if you can't read that, but I will try to translate it. It's this unique gauge, which I think is kind of like, I'm questioning why it even exists. Like, what does he get? He gets 50% HP, 30% damage if he has 50% unique gauge full. Immune to key reduction for 10 counts. 10 timer counts. He has type neutral defense, destroys 2 cards and minus key by 20. His disrupt is not that crazy. I think God Goku has that every time he cover changes. His ability is not a cover change, he just gets that on entry. So when an enemy cover changes, he gets all of this anyway, so that's nice. But that's also his only disrupt, so if he doesn't have a 50% unique gauge, he's not doing anything defensively at all. And I think a lot of units nowadays get all what he gets for existing. Like Beast Gohan gets type neutral defensively. The Super Saiyan Purple Goku gets that also on entry every single time, and it's uncancelable, unlike Vegeta. So yeah, I really think they shouldn't have made this as a unique gauge ability. I think you should have all these things, or most of these things at least, just every single time he comes in. Let it be even that they make this his card destruction and minus key between on cover change, and the other things are just on entry. And then make the unique gauge do something else. Like, I also think his green card, I wish he get one card at least more, because he's not that drawn that many cards, because he has just level 1 card draw speed. I think if you have level 1 card draw speed only, your green card should at least give 2 cards. Like the same issue I had with Yellow Goku Black. Like, level 1 card draw speed and he gets only 1 card from his green. If 1 card from you gets destroyed in that process, you're not doing anything anymore. So, and then you have units like, what, Super Saiyan 3 Goku that get cards endlessly, like, come on. Yeah, but I like his blue card, I will say that. Having Endurance Null every single time until the enemy's last man standing is really good. He has also a card pen with every strike and blast. So overall, he has good abilities. Like, he's not bad. He has issues, obviously, but I think he's fine as he is. He should have been maybe a little bit better, but I think overall he's not a bad release. Now, if you look at him competing to the other green units, he is kinda unnecessary, but I think on his main teams, looking at his main teams, maybe with the next Daima release, he could be core for sure, and in Vegeta Clan he already is, so I wouldn't call him useless. I'm satisfied with him, obviously because I'm Vegeta Clan main, but I don't think he's that bad. But let me know in the comments what you think about him. Do you also agree that he's okay or good enough, or do you think he's a bad release? I'm very interested to know what you all guys think, and yeah. But that's all I have to say about Vegeta, and I hope you guys have a nice day.